Today we're going to be looking at my favourite products of 2024. That includes all my makeup that I've been enjoying, so if that's something you're looking forward to seeing, then keep watching. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today is the video that everyone is making right now, and it's their favourite products of 2024, and I'm no different. I've tried out quite a few products this year, and it's not as much as I normally would because obviously I've had other responsibilities and other things going on, but there was definitely in front of me a lot of stuff that I want to talk about today, so I'm just going to kind of go through the same kind of like steps with like my primer, foundation, blushes, etc. So grab yourself a nice drink, grab yourself a snack because we might be here for a while. So let's start off with primers. So I have two primers. I have one by NYX Professional Makeup, so this is quite a new addition to my collection. So this is the Face Glue Gripping Primer. So this was kindly gifted to me to test out, and I really like it. Again, the packaging is amazing. So the whole nostalgia behind it is from being in school. Not that school was probably the best thing in the world for me, but I still enjoy doing arts and crafts and stuff like that, and so glue like this is quite a nostalgic thing. But the glue itself is great. I mean, I love NYX primers. Like, they really work on my skin. So sticking like my foundation to it, being pretty tacky, like I've seen people on TikTok and stuff like that, like sticking it to their face like how they do with the elf ones. I haven't tried that because I don't like doing stuff like that to my face, but it is definitely very tacky and it grips on really nicely. I do enjoy this one a lot. It says it works up for 24 hours. I've not tried that. I don't like gimmicky stuff like that. But excuse me, baby is right next to me. I'm trying my best to help him calm down, so while I'm filming this. But yeah, the primer itself really nice. Again, it's new, but I've not tried many primers this year. And then the other one is by Elf, so I'm pretty sure that's from this year. Forgive me if it's not, but it's been one that I've been using a lot, and I know a lot of people have been enjoying it as well. So it's the Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. So I was a big fan of their standard primers, and when this one came out, because I do prefer kind of like a liquid form as opposed to kind of, you know, scraping it out and then blending it into my skin. So the way that this works is very similar to the other putty primers, but I just love how kind of silky it is and soft it is on my skin. So the only two primers that I've used this year, but they've both been really affordable. I think this is like £9.99, and this is also a little bit less than that, so we're sticking to something affordable. So the first foundation I will talk about is one that I've used the most, and is probably my favourite, and no offence, but I didn't think that this brand would top this year, but Makeup Revolution. This is their Sun Skilk Luminous Foundation, and I have been obsessed using this. I use this so much, and I'm just really surprised as to like how much I like it. This is in the shade F2, and I just think for longevity and the quality and the price, everything is so good. Revolution are popping up quite a lot in my video, which is a big change from the last like few years, because I think this year they're kind of pushing it again. Like, I feel like they're doing pretty good. So yeah, I've been obsessed with this foundation. I really enjoy it. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. This is another drugstore one. So this is Maybelline. This is their Superstay Lumati foundation. So again, I have been obsessed using this. I use it so much alongside my Revolution one. So this is like a 30-hour wear. Again, I never trust those statistics. I never do those type of things because it's just not good for your skin. Your skin needs to breathe, and you know, there's only 24 hours in a day, and only a couple of those hours I would wear makeup. There's no reason for anyone to wear makeup for that long. But longevity, quality, price, again, drugstore is popping up a lot this year because I just really haven't been like buying expensive stuff. Not that I do anyway, but when it comes to foundations, I always feel like drugstore foundations are so good. I really enjoy this a lot, and I think it's only like £10.99 so it's definitely a bargain. Next is one that I got on TikTok. So this is HNB. So this is their Silky Matte Weightless Foundation. This is like super full coverage. I love it, and I really like their original foundation as well. I talk about it quite frequently and I use it quite a lot as well. I just feel like the coverage on this is amazing. This is the MF5N, so many letters. no idea what they mean. But again, this is just really good. It's a little bit more expensive, but I guess because they're like an independent brand, so obviously they need to kind of make their ends meet here and there. But they've been coming out with a lot of lip products and a lot of other products as well that I haven't had a chance to use, but I've been really enjoying the foundations. So yeah, this is another winner. And I'm pretty sure this next foundation is probably from last year, I can't remember, but this is the Silk In Your Tone. I know that they've recently come out with a newer foundation which I haven't had a chance to use yet, and it looks pretty similar to this. I think it might be like an illuminating one, I'm not too sure, but this is the 24-hour foundation. This is like medium to buildable coverage, and I really love this. And again, I think it is from last year, but I've been really enjoying it again. So when I do like my TikToks, or if I'm going out somewhere and I just want something to kind of last a long time, this and the previous ones have been amazing. Next we have the Urban Decay face bond. So Urban Decay are kind of like up and down in my books because they're brands that I kind of forget about, but then they bring out something and I'm really intrigued. So I do quite like this foundation. It's an interesting kind of concept where the pipette is pretty damn cute, and it obviously like holds back a lot of products so you're not overusing it. And one thing that I don't kind of get on it is that it's meant to be sweat proof and waterproof. It's not sweat proof for me because I have a lot of issues with my top lip. So when it's warm, or if I'm in my flat and I have my window closed, I do get really warm, so my top lip will always just seep through, and this did not save that. There's been so many foundations that don't claim to be sweat proof that do that. This did not. I have the shade 3 Fair Warm, and this is a great shade for me. Yeah, I don't know if they've brought out anything else recently. Urban Decay, again, here and there with them. I'm kind of all over the place of enjoying them, not enjoying them, but yeah, I've been kind of liking this. And then the last foundation is another drugstore one, and this is by Studio London, and this is just £5. It's what I have on my face today, and yeah, it's £5 from Superdrug, so it's their own brand. And yeah, the whole Studio London kind of revamp was really good. They have some really nice products. Their blushes are really nice, they're super pigmented, and they have, yeah, they're pretty much like a full face of things, and their lip liner is really nice as well. But I was super surprised at this because I actually think this is £3 and not £5. I think £5 was maybe the largest size, but this is still like 50ml, and you get a lot of product out of it. Like, it's super runny, but it goes a long way. So again, I have it on today. It's not like the best example because the lighting is pretty lame, but I really recommend this. Like, it is perfecting foundation. I don't really know what type of skin it's for because I'm not very good at stuff like that. I mean, I have very like combination and very dry skin as well, and for me, I feel like it's kind of gone quite matte. So I wear a lot of matte foundations because I'm not really much of a dewy kind of gal. Like, I don't like my face to look like it's wet or that it's sweating, because I do sweat a lot on my face anyway. But yeah, for £3 I really think this is such a good foundation. So we're done on foundation. I don't have any concealers that I tried this year. I tried a couple, but nothing really kind of like stood out for me. So now we're going to go on to like bronzer slash contour. The first thing is of course by ELF. So this is their bronze contour camo liquid products. Their blushes are amazing. I have spoken about them so many times, but they recently came out with this bronzer contour. I have the shade number 2 Fair, I believe. It's not number 1 because number 1 is grey, and I don't really use grey contours, and this is super pigmented. You, again, a little goes a long way when it comes to these ELF products because they are super affordable, super liquidy, super pigmented, and if you do put on too much, it will look a bit much like you're right, crazy chiseled. But yeah, I just really love how this works, and I'm not very good when it comes to like bronzer, contouring, all that stuff, but this makes it easy to kind of like tap a little bit, blend it, and then kind of build it up to see how it goes. And again, it's only what, maybe £7, maybe if that. Yeah, this whole camo liquid line is freaking great. And then the other one is going to be no surprise because I use it quite a lot, and it's the NYX Professional Makeup Buttermelt Bronzer, and I have the blushes coming up in a moment as well, but this was the first one that I got because they released this before the blushes, I believe. I have the shade Buttercup, and Again, super pigmented, little goes a long way. It is just, and it smells amazing. Again, it smells like the Physicians Formula butter bronzers or whatever they're called, and this is essentially not a dupe because they're quite similar in price, because they're both like maybe $10.99 and stuff like that. Again, for someone who's not very confident and great at bronzing, I feel like this does such a great job, because again, a little goes a long way. Please do not over tap when you kind of try these out, and yeah, I really like these. So now, talking of blushes, these are the NYX version. So these are the Buttermelt blushes, and I have almost all the shades. I bought 3 shades myself, and I was kindly sent to stupidly picked up like 2 shades that were not for me on the TikTok shop when they first came out, which was, I'm pretty sure, like Butter Than Before, and maybe another one which is for the butter. But these are so pigmented, and I mean, like, you need to like barely tap it and it will go insane. And I also have Getting Butter and Feeling Butter. That's weird names, but these are like the best blushes I've tried this year, and I have a lot of blushes to show you guys today, so I'm not going to talk too much on them because so many people are talking about them. But they are beautiful, they smell really nice, and again, with everything else that I'm talking about, they're super affordable. I'm going to stick with the powder ones before I go on to like the cream or liquid ones. Next is Bicosis, and this is the first product that I've tried, Bicosis, and I'm super excited because I love this blush. So this is in the shade Thrill, so this is the Blush is Life, because that's so true. And I got this from Space NK, I believe, and super pigmented, beautiful. I love the marble effect when it comes to these type of blushes. And next, this is going to be another No Surprise by Rare Beauty. This is their powder blush in the shade Love. I bought this one myself, and then I was kind of gifted another shade. I can't remember what it is, but if you want a kind of dual of a highlighter and blush, these are perfect. So if you hear any noises, I'm just holding my baby to calm him down. But yeah, the Rare Beauty, I mean, I've spoken about them so many times, they're so good. They are super pigmented, very pigmented, so again, little goes a long way, like I've been saying for most of these products. And then the one that I've purchased quite recently is by Beauty Crop. This is their Illuminating Blush, I believe, and this is in the shade Glistening. So I got this on, I think it was TikTok shop, because I had like 2 for £10, which is pretty great. So I've got their cream blush as well, which I haven't used much of, but this one I really like. I'm using it today, and yeah, it's just super pretty. And I haven't really purchased much by Beauty Crop over like a while, just because I haven't really had anything that I've wanted to use. But when I saw these blushes, I was like, these are stunning. So that's it for all the kind of powder ones, and now we're going to go into some liquid and cream ones. So this is one by Morphe, and again, I am so surprised that this is in it, because again, with like some brands recently, like Urban Decay, I've been kind of forgetting that they exist, because for me, they never bring out anything that I find that interesting. But with Morphe, as soon as I saw this blush was coming out, I was like, I need to try it. This is in the shade Intoxicated, so this is their Euphoric Rush. I don't know if I pronounced that properly, but this is super pigmented. I am just going to say this, like I've been saying with everything else, do not like dig your brush or sponge or whatever into this, because it will pick up so much product, and when you put it on your face, you will look insane. And that was the first mistake I made, because again, it was the first time that I tried it, and I wasn't too sure obviously how pigmented it would be, but I like the fact that it kind of has this little swirl, and you'd be able to kind of mix the product together, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure what the white bit kind of does, unless it kind of mutes it out a bit. But these are super pigmented, but they're a little bit expensive. I think they're like £15-16 for one, maybe a bit more than that. Price wise it's okay, but quality wise pretty good. So next, go on to some blushes by Say. So I got this on Cult Beauty. I got this part of like a competition I won, because I won a gift voucher, and I really wanted to try these. So you get a set of 3. I think you get it for like £29-30. Like, I know it's got the price on there, but that's in dollars. But you get 3 shades, and one of them is an exclusive to this set. So you get Dewy Blush in Chili, Dewy Blush in Baby, and the limited edition version in Flirty. So they're very dewy, hence the name. So when I kind of picked them up, I didn't realise how kind of wet they look, but I've been really enjoying them. I've done a couple of videos and TikToks using them. I'll try and put up some pictures of what they look like. But they're super pigmented, they blend out beautifully, and I really want to try more by Say. Like, they have their kind of illuminating primers and their highlighters in the same kind of form, which I do want to try. But again, it's priorities, that like there's certain things that I don't need. But you know, if I ever want to treat myself, I might treat myself to more Say, because they're on Cult Beauty and they're not super expensive, they are pretty affordable, so I've been really enjoying those. Next is going to be no surprise, and it's Huda Beauty. So this is her liquid blush. I have the shade Watermelon, and she again has been like knocking it out of the park this year, like with her kind of her primer and her kind of foundation that she's come out with, which I haven't tried yet. It's on my wish list to try, but I've used this, and I've tried her liquid like lip gloss, which I will be speaking about soon. But I picked this up and these are stunning. These are very dewy as well, so if you want something that is kind of give you a bit of a wet look, which again is not my favorite, but I kind of love how it looks on me. Like, it's not like I've been in the rain or something like that. So I feel like with these, and these is pretty, like, when you think about Huda as like a brand, they're very like not expensive, but they're very like luxurious, and they have a lot of kind of, they look expensive, but a lot of her products these days are not crazy expensive. I think this is like £17, where I would have thought this would be like £30. You know, sometimes brands like to overprice their things. Actually, like this next product, so this is by Hourglass, and this is their Unreal Liquid Blush. So this is kind of one of the first products I've tried by Hourglass. I have tried their lipsticks, but I was given to them, they were given to me as samples, so they're kind of small. But I tried their concealer, and that's about it. But it's just so expensive. I think this is like £35 or something, maybe more than that. And it is tiny, but you do kind of, a little bit goes a long way, so hence why the button at the bottom with the pipette is very small. It releases a little bit of product, so if you don't want your blush to look insane, which is the opposite of me most times, this is kind of great because it won't dispense out too much product for you. It's pigmented. What shade did I get? I got a Vision, so it's a really nice kind of pinky tone, and I'm kind of trying to get into more of these tones because I've now realised that some deeper tones just won't work for me, and there's no point me trying deeper tones if I just look stupid. So then, yeah, Hourglass, again, I don't know why I picked it up, but I just felt like it kind of drew to me, and it is really nice. I love using it. So I've only got one highlighter, and again, it's by Revolution. This is the Rose Luster, or Luster. Me trying to be fancy when it's probably not even that fancy. I've used this a lot on my channel and I really like it. It's about £6, and I love how pigmented it is. It doesn't look too grainy, it doesn't look too kind of icy. It's a very like complimentary highlighter, and is very affordable as well. So again, that's another Revolution product that I've picked up this year that I've been enjoying. Again, that's the only highlighter that I've kind of used, and I don't know why I've not picked up another highlighter, but I think a lot of the blushes that I've been picking up recently are quite luminizing, so that's another one that I've been enjoying. Next I'm going to talk about eyeshadow palettes. So normally I would have a ton of eyeshadow palettes to talk about, but there really hasn't been much that I've been like, oh my god, I need to pick that up. But the ones that I've picked up this year I've been really enjoying. So as we were on the conversation of Revolution, they came out with these palettes recently and they are really freaking good, and I mainly picked up this one, which is the True Icon palette, and it just reminded me of the Patrick Tar palette, which I now own, thankfully. The Dimensions, is it Dimensions 2? Yeah. I picked that up, and then this one I obviously had first because it is like, this is what, £10.99, and that Patrick Tar one was like 60 something pounds, which I got part of my Cult Beauty haul. But this is stunning, this is really nice, and it surprised me because I genuinely didn't feel like their eyeshadow palettes have much quality to them, but they really have a nice kind of, yeah, they look really, really stunning. But then I also picked up the, is it True Eye? No, the Eternal Icon one, which is another stunning palette, which apparently is a dupe for the palette that I will be talking about in a moment. But yeah, I got this part of like a haul I got, because basically I'm part of like Revolution have another like affiliate thing, so you're making like commission, all that stuff you do, like you get money, you get like voucher, and then part of like a commission based thing where you do things on social media, and then if you get to a certain like value you were given like a voucher. So I was kind of given, I think it was like £30 by Revolution to buy stuff, and that was one of the products that I picked up because I love that other one so much. So I've been using it a lot because the shades are super pigmented, and again they're so affordable. So then again, like I mentioned, it's meant to be a dupe for the Empowered palette. I don't know how much of that is true, but I have that, I'll have it on my eyes today, and some of the shades are quite similar. Like there's no greens in this like there is on that one, but there's one or two which are quite similar. And yeah, I picked this up during her kind of, not Black Friday, was it Black Friday? Kind of, yeah, Black Friday, Cyber Monday type of thing, where she had like a massive sale on, even though some of her prices were not that cheap. Like they were like, oh yeah, £70 off there, 70% off this and this and this and that, and a lot of the discounts were average. I mean, I got this for like 30 something pounds, when normally it's like 67 pounds, which okay is pretty decent. But when brands hype up their sales and you look at it and it's like barely anything, I'm kind of like, so I picked up like a couple of things. I think I did like a TikTok kind of showing off what I purchased. But yeah, that palette is stunning, and I wouldn't have picked it up if it was full price, because again, her palettes are massive and massively expensive at the same time. But I love her, the new one I haven't tried, but I really like the look of it. But apparently it's her last big palette, which I won't be picking up, even though, well, if I get money from something or if I get a voucher, I don't know, I might pick it up, but it's not a priority. Okay, so another palette, well, this is more like of a collection. So Milk came out with a Universal Monsters collection. This is just 2 products of the most of the collection that I picked up, and oh my god, so this is the Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein palette. I absolutely love this palette. I used it yesterday. I met with some friends and I used it, and I used some of like the deeper shades. Absolutely stunning. So I met with some friends yesterday, and the palette is stunning. Like the packaging is beautiful. I also have the Creature from the Black Lagoon one, which I do really like, but I think I prefer this one just because of the variety of shades. And again, I think for me it was more of the collection itself, because I'm a really big Universal Monsters fan and a big fan of Melt Cosmetics, even though like I'm not gonna, I keep on mentioning this, but the customs was like £45. I tried to put the mirror in my basket and then they said it was sold out, and then 2 minutes later it was available, and a big kerfuffle. But the stuff that I picked up I absolutely love. I might as well just talk about the lipstick right now. So it's the Dracula lipstick. So this is in the shade Thirst for Blood, and I think I might as well talk about it now because it's part of the same collection. Again, I wore that yesterday as well, and they're really pigmented, they're really nice, but they dry out your lips so much. So it's not like my favourite lipstick, because I have a couple other things that I'm going to talk about with my lip products, but I've still got a couple of palettes left, but I thought I'll just talk about these together. Next palette is quite random, but this is the Reckless Romance by Beauty Base. This came out in February, and it's kind of like their Valentine's Day-esque palette, and I know that they've come out with a couple of palettes since then which I haven't picked up. I was going to pick them up, but then they've taken them off the website, because with their palettes they put them on for a little bit and then when they sell out they don't bring them back. So they're like limited, like super limited edition, and I really wanted to get their green one, and I kind of ummed and ahed about it, and then I just didn't pick it up, and then it's gone. So I do really like the Reckless Love one, oh sorry, Reckless Romance. It's kind of reminiscent of like 80s hair metal and kind of like grungy stuff, which I absolutely love. So again, it was quite affordable, but unfortunately it's not available to purchase anymore. I just really enjoyed it. Next we've got by Nomad, and this is the first and only product that I've ever picked up by Nomad, and I really love this palette. I mainly loved it because of the actual collection. I've kept the little card because it's stunning, and I love space. I love constellations, I love nebulas, and then the palette itself is super cute. I mean, the shade selection is a little bit random. Like there's a couple of shades that I'm kind of like, why is that there? But then as a whole, it's beautiful. Like I kept this little bit of paper because it protects it. But yeah, this is the New Zealand Stargazing. They've already come out with quite a few palettes already. Like they're pretty on it when it comes to palettes. They are stunning. I just have like no need to purchase anything really from like that far away. But I really like this palette, and I am really happy that I picked it up because some of the looks that I've done have been really cute. And again, it's affordability wise, it's okay. I think with the shipping it was slightly more affordable. At least I didn't have to pay customs. But yeah, I really enjoyed this palette. And then the last palette that I have, which I've been talking about non-stop, is the Glam Light and Kiss collection. So this is the palette mainly. I have a bone to pick with Glisten, but this is not the video to talk about it. But yeah, this is the Kiss palette, and I picked up pretty much the whole collection because at the time I really didn't have much of a reason. I just didn't have a choice, to be honest, because the website was playing up. But this is the palette itself, a beautiful selection of shades, and all kind of reminiscing of the band and the band members. And I really love Kiss. I saw them for the last time last year because they're not touring anymore, even though they've said that a million trillion times, but I genuinely think they're not touring anymore. But yeah, this collection is stunning and I really love it, and the details and everything. Like if you know the band, if you know the music, even if you're not like a massive fan of them, you will know a lot of their songs and you'll know their kind of corpse paint makeup and just everything that they're about. So yeah, that was all my palettes, and now we're going to go on to the lip products because we're almost at the end. So I apologize for like the long video, but all these videos are going to be long this year, so hope you're enjoying your beverage. So next we have some lip liners. So these are by Maybelline. These are so good. These are the lifter liner. So I have two. I have one in the shade Main Character, and then I have the shade Peaking. So I got this on, did I get this on TikTok? I think I got this on TikTok or in store, I can't remember. But then I also picked up this other one, part of a little set. So I'll talk about this in just a second, but these liners are so pigmented, they are stunning, and you only need to go like a little bit with these because they will stay put all day. I wore the liner yesterday with my liquid lipstick and the liner did not budge. And again, they're pretty affordable. I think they're like $10.99, although saying that $10.99 for a lip liner is a little bit much, but super pigmented, longevity, and they work really well with all lip products. So then now this is the lip tint by Maybelline as well. So I got this on TikTok, part of a set, and I haven't seen these in stores yet. I think they might be coming soon, but this is the Teddy Tint Superstay, and for a lip tint this is super pigmented, so you really just need to just blend it out together with this, and it's perfect. It's soft, it's velvety. I think they're around like $10.99 because on the TikTok shop, obviously when you get it as a bundle it's a bit more expensive. I think it was like £17 or whatever, but by themselves I think they're £9-10. They come in such a big array of shades, but for me it had to be the red because I'm obsessed with red. But yeah, I love this. I think these are going to be really like doing so well next year. Next we have this little duo by Colourpop. So it's what I'm wearing today. I actually filmed a TikTok prior to filming this, but these are the So Juicy. So it's the Clicker Pen, which is like a plumper, and then a lip liner which is a plumper as well. This is so pigmented and it's so much deeper than this. This came as a set. So this is in the shade Berry Spritz, and this is in Mocha Latte. So yeah, very deep. Like this is more of like a purplish shade, and this is like a deep brown. So it's kind of like a weird shade that I would normally go for, but again, I'm trying different things. I'm going to see if it works, and I haven't purchased anything from Colourpop in a while. This is like one of the last things that I picked up. But yeah, these are super nice. These are tingly, so if you do not like that plumping effect, it's probably not for you. But with this as well, it kind of wears down. So I've worn this makeup for about half an hour, 45 minutes, because I've been filming and in between stopping to like help my baby, and the tingling has stopped. My lips are not very plumpy, but it's not too tacky. With stuff like this, with me, it would just be like horrible feeling and start congealing, but this hasn't done that, and yeah, they're super cute. So next we've got by MUA. So this is the Hydro Juice Peptide Lip Oil. So lip oils are kind of dying down ish, because last year they were like everywhere and insane, but then MUA have come out with this, and MUA have been doing amazing this year, especially on like TikTok shop. Like all their lip products and eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that have been doing so well. And I picked this up from Superdrug for like £2.50, and their lip balm was like £2 as well. I really love this, and it's in the shade Heartfelt Hun, and it's kind of like a caramel shade, and again it's very hydrating and super affordable. Smells chemically, so it's not really yeah, it doesn't smell nice, but it feels nice and it goes on the lips so beautifully, so I love this. Next we have something that not a lot of people have been talking about by Beauty Bay. This is their lip tint. So they recently came out with like lip liners and lip tints. This is in the shade Scotch, and you know what, I don't use this so much as a tint, as more of like an all over kind of lip product, and it stays on for a really long time. It doesn't settle down because obviously it's a tint, and it will look super juicy and like really nice and gorgeous, and I really like this. I might pick up another shade because they're all nude tones, so it's a bit more of a deeper nude tone, but I again wanted to try different things, so I like this a lot. We've got two more products left. So one is by Huda Beauty. So this is her Faux Filter lip gloss. I think it's lip gloss, ultra shine lip gloss. I got the shade Posh, and again, I don't wear a lot of lip gloss. I don't wear like a lot. I prefer liquid lipsticks, but with this I like it because it's comfortable, longevity. Again, with most kind of lip glosses and stuff, if you're drinking something, it's gonna go. That's just how it goes. But with this, it kind of, it feels super nice. It feels hydrating. After when you've taken off all your makeup, your lips are still feeling hydrated and really nice. And then the last product is by Lisa Eldridge. So this is her liquid lipstick, and I have the shade Dragon. So this is the second one that I've picked up, because the first one I picked up was called Jazz, and this is a red, of course. So I picked this up recently from Space NK because she's now available in Selfridges and Space NK, and obviously her own website. Her eyeliner is also stunning. I haven't been wearing much eyeliner this year because of my sty, which is hopefully being removed on December 31st, so fingers crossed for me, please. But yeah, these are so comfortable. They are stunning, beautiful, and like just feel amazing. And then longevity is so good. They're like 20 something pounds. So again, for me, I'm a cheapskate and I like things to be super cheap and affordable. But you know what? Sometimes you just have to treat yourself to a really good lip product. And especially, I want to try a lot more of her stuff because she is such a great makeup artist. You see, I just realised my microphone has died, so I don't know how far I was into talking about this, but I was saying how her social media team are super lovely people, because every time I've tagged them, they've always commented. They always say something really nice to me, so I'm really appreciative of that, because most social media teams, because they get so many posts, obviously you never hear anything back or you never get a reply, but I always get a reply from their team, which I'm really happy about. But that was everything that I have been loving this year, and I really kind of have such an array of products, but obviously mostly it's Superdrug stuff, because Superdrug, it is affordable stuff, because that's just how I prefer it. I've never been a gal where I need to spend X amount, 30-40 pounds on one singular product to think it's great. But yeah, I love drugstore stuff, I love affordable stuff, and occasionally I will pick up something that's a little bit more expensive, but that's just me wanting to try the brand or wanting to like just try something different. But let me know what you've been enjoying this year, because again, it's been a long year. It's been a long year of makeup and just things in general, and I've had a pretty good year. I mean, I've been blessed with a beautiful baby, which I never thought would ever happen. I have done a few videos about my pregnancy journey, and I will be doing a video soon about my expectation versus reality of my pregnancy and postpartum and everything. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this style of video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm active on there. And thank you for your patience, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye.